Hello everyone, welcome to FED Learning. Today we will explore one of the most crucial topic in JavaScript, that is functions, the core building blocks of dynamic web application. But before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to FED Learning. Every single subscription helps me grow and create more informative videos for you. Thank you for your support. So let's start with definition of function. A JavaScript function is a block of code designed to perform a particular task and that can be called anywhere in your program. So this is the syntax of function. So here you can see function is defined with a function keyword followed by the name of function and followed by parenthesis, open and close parenthesis. And the parenthesis may include parameter names separated by commas. So the function name can contain letters, digit, underscore, and dollar sign. Functions can be used in the same way as variables for assignment. And after this parenthesis, we need to add the open and close curly brackets and inside that function body. Means the code to be executed by the function is placed inside curly brackets. So let's understand this with an example. So I'll open Visual Studio Code and we will continue from there. So here I have created new file with name functions.js and inside index.html I have added one script for functions.js file. And also I have installed the live server extension. So I'll click on this go live button and you can see our project is running on browser. So here I'll open the developer tool and now I'll go back to Visual Studio Code and here I'll start writing the example of function. As we have seen in the syntax, first we need to write the function keyword followed by function name. So here I'll add function name is sum and followed by open and close parenthesis. So inside this, if we want, we can pass parameter. First we will see without parameter and after that we'll see with parameter. So after parenthesis, we need to add open and close curly brackets and inside this function, we need to write the logic for addition of two numbers. So here I'll declare two variable where a equals to 10 and where b equals to 20. And after that, I'll declare one more variable with name result equals to, I'll add these two variables a plus b. Okay. After that, I log this result inside console.log. So we want to execute these statements under this sum function. So it means which statement we need to execute on the function call, those statement must be written inside this curly braces. So this is how we can write the function in JavaScript and this piece of code is called as function definition. But if I run this file as it is, you can see inside console, we are not getting anything. So in order to execute this function, we need to call that function or we need to invoke that function first. So how to invoke the function in JavaScript? To invoke the function, we would simply need to write the name of that function like sum followed by parenthesis and semicolon. Now I'll save these changes and go back to browser. I'll increase the font and now you can see this time we are getting output 30. 10 plus 20 equals to 30. So this example we have seen without parameter. Now I'll copy this function and we will see the same example with parameter. So here I'll delete these two variable and instead of declaring these two variable inside a function, I'll pass that variable through function name as a parameter of that function like a comma b. But here if I call this function like this, function name with parenthesis, then you can see we are getting an AN, not a number as output. Why we are getting an AN? Because this time this sum function is passing two parameter while function definition. That is why while calling the same function, it will expect the numbers. And we are not passing number as an argument. That is why we are getting an AN, not a number. So here, in order to call the parameterized function, we need to pass the argument. Like here, I'll pass 10, 20. Now this time we will get output 30. So we have seen the example of function without parameter and with parameter. Okay. So now we'll talk on return statement. In JavaScript, function can have an optional return statement, and this is required if we want to return a value from a function. But this return statement should be the last statement in the function. For example, here we are passing two numbers 10 and 20 in a function, and then we can expect the function to return their addition in your calling program. So here instead of this log, I'll return this result, like return result. And I'll call this sum function inside console.log. Now I'll save these changes and you can see the output 30. So this return statement is required if you want to return a value from some function. And this return statement should be the last statement in a function, because when a return statement is encountered within a function, the function will immediately stop executing and the specified value will be sent back to the code that called the function. That is why this return statement should be the last statement in a function. So now we'll talk on what is the difference between function parameter and function arguments. As I told, this is the function definition, and the function parameters are the names listed in the function's definition, whereas the function arguments are the real values passed to the function. So this is called as function parameters and this is called as function argument. Now, what is function declaration? Function declaration is a way to define a named function. Like if I delete this statement, this is called as function declaration. If you declare any function without body, then this is called as function declaration. And with body, this is called as function definition. Or we can say a function definition is a process of creating a reusable block of code that performs a specific task. This is called as function definition. And last, what is function expression? Function expression means to create a function and put it into a variable. Like here, I'll put this sum function into some other variable like addition equals to sum. And instead of calling this sum function, I'll call the variable addition. Save the changes and here you can see we are getting same output 30. Okay. So this is called as function expression. It means we are just putting this sum function into the another variable and we are calling that variable whenever we want to call this function. That's it. So I'll repeat. This is function declaration. This is function definition. This is function expression. This is function parameters and this is function arguments. So now last we will discuss why do we need this function in JavaScript. We need a function because here if I want the addition of two different number, then what I'll do, I'll just pass the different number while calling this function. Like here I'll pass 2, 3 and now save the changes and now I'll get output 5. So it means we can use the same piece of code with different arguments to produce different results. So we didn't change the logic, but we wanted to produce the different result. So what we did, we called the same function with different arguments like 2 and 3. So we can say we need a function because it eliminates the need of writing the same code again and again, and we can use the same code with different arguments to produce different results. And also functions allow a programmer to divide a big program into a number of small and manageable functions. So this is the benefit of JavaScript functions. Okay, so what we have seen? We have seen the example of function without parameter as well as with parameter. We have seen what is function declaration, what is function definition, what is function expression, what is function parameters, and what is function arguments. And last, we have seen what is the use of JavaScript function. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.